G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet, and I'm feeling tired but satisfied today. The game was at 11 o'clock last night. Had a lot of fun doing a couple of pre-match build-ups on the Irish Hotspur and We Are Tottenham TV. Check them out, it was a lot of fun. And snuggled into bed in time for the game, and I think we're getting our Tottenham back, man. I think we're getting our Tottenham back for a first performance with what four players making their debuts. Vicario, Van der Ven, Maddison, and Udogie. I thought all four of them did really well. I'm actually liking Vicario, man. I'm sensing people are getting a bit nervous about him, but I like him because he looks like he seems to be a bit of a nutcase. He wasn't at fault for the goals. The softest penalty you're ever going to see. As usual, VAR buggering up the sweet game of football. And a deflected shot. Couldn't do much about that. I thought he was nice and safe on the ball. Got it out and did all right. Very happy with him. Udogie was brilliant. Van der Ven was brilliant. And Kel surprise, after Romero was taken off for a head knock and there was a kerfuffle over what form do you fill in. I don't understand how that works, man. They have a system here in rugby league where if there's a head injury suspicion, they'll take the player off. It's kind of independent. They'll do a head injury check on him, and if he can't remember his own name or what day of the week it is, they take him off. It's beyond the player's control, and I think Ange did exactly the right thing to err on the side of caution. I know Romero wasn't happy, but you know, you got to look after your head, son. It's the most important thing you got, and apart from your feet, of course, if you're a footballer, I suppose. But you know, it's a good goal he scored. Royale scored a good goal. Oh, nature is singing its praises for Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest football team the world has ever seen as well. Basuma, man, did you see that guy flying around the pitch, owning the midfield at the Brentford Leisure Centre? The stadium, I believe, holds in excess of 300 people, much bigger than Griffin Park was. Basuma was a dynamite, man, dynamite. Maddison also assisted, whatever you call it these days, created the 2 goals. Very lively. Skip was a bit quiet. Sam was a bit quiet. Kulu was a bit quiet. Richie was a bit quiet. But, you know, I'm not going to start slagging them off because I think, you know, it's early days. They're just trying to gel together in a new way of playing. And they weren't crap, you know. It wasn't like they were hopeless. It was just that we couldn't quite prise the door open for a third goal. But we had a lot of possession, man, and it was good possession. It was right up them in their half. Brentford did try and park the bus, and well, they had success with it, you know, 2-2. You know, disappointed we didn't win, obviously, but you can't have it, or you can't, you know, it's football, isn't it? We played well. I was entertained. That when it comes down to it, if I'm entertained, I'm a happy little bunny, and I was very entertained by what I saw last night. Davinson Sanchez, man, he's showing signs that he could fit into this team. You know, I've been the first to bag the hell out of Davinson Sanchez, but he's got a pair of legs on him, hasn't he? He's got a good pair of legs. He can get back quick, and the timing. He saved us a couple of times. So well done, Davinson Sanchez. I don't know if he's good enough to be like a permanent change, but you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Van der Ven was a monster. He's like 10 foot tall, that guy, and I mean that was a fair old brave risk by Ange playing Van der Ven. You know, he's only been off the plane 2 days, only had a couple of sessions with the boys, but that's what makes it exciting. Ange is willing to take the odd calculated risk, and he's willing to stand by his decisions, and that turned out to be a brilliant decision. Playing Van der Ven, he was really cool, calm, and collected. And for all this talk about him not being very good in the air, I saw him basically win every ball that came near him. It was just the ball was attracted to his head. He's got a big ball magnet in there or something. It was great. So the penalty was soft. Didn't like that, you know. It was like that player. He fell down after the fact. It was like he was taken out by a sniper in row Z, that guy. And we're going to see a lot of that in the Premier League this year, where, you know, if a player gets touched first, then they're going to go down and get a penalty. Unless you're Tottenham Hotspur, of course. They won't give us anything as usual. Let's build up a siege mentality. It's us against them, bugger it. I'm all for the conspiracy theories and tinfoil hats. Bring it on, man. But the problem with VAR, as always, is the game is not played in slow motion. When you slow it down and you go back, frame forward, frame back, you're going to see something different. It changes your perception of reality. When at full speed, I didn't see anything wrong with it. In slow motion, there was like a touch. I mean, it was, no, I'm not having it, man. I'm not having it. Stockley Park, I've got to get their act together as usual. Stockley Park, of course, built on top of an old Victorian rubbish tip, which was cleaned up apparently. I still think there's some fumes going up through the floorboards, and they're seeing like 10 monitors when there's only one in front of them. So they've got to pull their socks up. I can't remember the game, but I saw a dreadful decision where it was a different game. A player got a yellow card, but then VAR brought it back and the player ended up getting a red card. And I thought VAR was going to bring it back and cancel the yellow card because it was a dive. So we're going to have a bit of shenanigans like that. But, you know, the good thing about Spurs last night, which we saw so many times last season, when we went down, we didn't give up. We kept on plugging away, man. Kept on going. The effort was great. The effort was great from the team. You know, I know we were, you know, lacking a little bit up front. But as I said earlier, we weren't crap, you know. Don't worry about it. But the effort was there for all to see. We were running all over the pitch, trying to win the ball back. I mean, we had 70% possession, so we were winning the ball back. Lovely job last night. So, you know, this is promising. This is promising. The treble is still on, isn't it? The treble is still... there's only 20 teams, one of 20 teams that can possibly do it, and we're one of them. And I like those odds. So, you know, well done. Thanks to Ange and the boys for putting a smile on my face. As I said at the beginning, I'm feeling like I'm getting my Tottenham back, and that's not a bad thing. Bit of razzle-dazzle, entertaining football, edge of the seat. Vicario, keep doing what you're doing, man, because it's entertaining. It's entertaining. I think he's probably got a howler in him somewhere, I don't know. But he's taking chances. This is a team that's going to be about taking risks. And I love that, because that's when you're sitting on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen next. And that's what I love about football and what I love about Tottenham at their best. So until next time, folks, till we take on Manchester United. Well, I'll be doing videos before that. But, you know, next off, Manchester United. And I'll just say peace and love, man. Peace and love. And come on, you Spurs.